So today on Idiots Go Running, we have Ryan. Say hello, Ryan.
Hello, Ryan.
On our show, we've got a guest who likes to run. Do they really? Do they jog around the place just for fun? That's not fun. Are they a professional athlete?
Nope.
Lining at the start with the elite. It don't matter. We've got a guest on our show because we asked and they didn't say no. It don't matter because our show has a guest. It does. Pretty much because we asked and they said yes.
Ryan, how are you?
Colin, I'm great. How are you?
I'm brilliant, Ryan. I'm brilliant. I'm back from a kid's birthday party and pizza, so you can't be bad to that. So, where we're going to start with you, Ryan, I suppose, introduce yourself. Who are you? Where are you from? And why did you say yes to the show?
Well, yes, my name is Ryan Nyquist. I live just outside of St. Paul, Minnesota, which is in the upper Midwest of USA. I am a big fan of the show. Sorry, what was the third question I was supposed to answer?
Ryan, I don't know.
I'm just so starstruck right now. You guys are my favorite podcast. You're the only podcast that I subscribe to, and you're my favorite guy from Ireland outside of Bono. So I might as well be talking to Bono right now.
So you've got two favorite people in Ireland, obviously myself and Andrew. Who's your favorite on the show? Don't answer that, Ryan. Okay. Don't answer that. Okay, I'll not crush Andrew. I'll not crush Andrew because I know it's me. Ryan. So you're in America, and I read your bio. I started following yourself, and you're doing something pretty awesome. Tell us a bit about what you're doing.
Yeah. So this year I am running a 30-mile ultramarathon every month this year. That's in partnership with an organization called 30 for Freedom, and they are an anti-sex trafficking organization. So doing a lot of fundraising in addition to all of the running. So it's a great cause to get on board with. That's really what got me started running back during COVID, was the opportunity to partner with this organization, and I haven't turned back since.
Ryan, that's brilliant. And we talk about people on the show, and I always say, people run for different reasons. People run for health, people run for fun. And you started running to raise money. And it's kind of lit a fire in your stomach, so to speak, and given you the bug. And yeah, just so 30 miles every month. I did something similar a few years back. Mm-hmm. And how are you feeling with we're in May recording this podcast. How are you feeling in May?
May feels good. I have my next one actually in 2 days from now. So I'll be running my 5th ultramarathon this year, and I'm feeling good. It's kind of a weird thing to do it in this rhythm because you train, you taper, you run, then you rest, then you train, then you taper, then you run, then you rest. And each of those is basically, you're cramming all of those into 1 week increments. And really before this, I wasn't a huge avid runner. I didn't run when I was younger. I didn't run in high school or college. This is something that I picked up in my adult life. So it's something I've just kind of figured it out as I've gone along, and I've had a lot of fun doing it.
And your route, so let's get on to your route. You say 30 miles. Are you doing the same 30 miles? Are you picking different places? Do you go trail? Do you go road? Do you mix it up? What do you do to make it different?
Yeah. I'm doing mostly road. There's not really any good trails near my house. So mostly just on the road. And yeah, each month I'm trying to change it up a little bit. Like in January, for example, in Minnesota, we get a lot of snow usually, and sometimes the winters can be a little bit brutal. So in January, I ran my 5K loop. I just ran that 10 times and called it a day after that. Actually, last year, I did a 30-mile run in last January, and I ran around my block 60 times. It's a half-mile loop around the block, so I just ran that 60 times, and I had my little aid station at the end of our driveway, and when I needed a drink or a snack, I stopped quick, but that was that.
Aid station and cheerleaders, I'm assuming. Was your family out on the street with the boards and everything every time they came around?
Oh yes. They were out there. I had a bunch of neighbors running with me at one point, and of course my kids ran a couple laps with me. So it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Kids, how many kids do you have?
Yeah, I have 3 kids. They're 9, 6, and 11 months.
Wow, that's tough going. It is tough to navigate that around your family. Do you have different people running with you?
Yeah. The majority of my runs, I'm just going by myself. Usually, when I run, my goal is to run either in the morning before my kids get up or in the evening after my kids go to bed. One thing that a friend told me once was that he would never run because his dad was always out training for marathons and stuff. And I don't want my kids to be like that. So I figured that I'll do the bulk of my running either in the morning before they're up or in the evening after they go to bed. Sometimes they'll want to go on their bikes, and so they'll come along with me for a couple of miles and stuff. And that's always fun to do that, but they can't always hang for the amount of miles that I might want to do on that day. So it changes every day.
It's stuff like that in the show, and that's why I chat to people like yourself, because I have 3 children, Andrew has 3 children, and we are mere mortals in this world as parents. It's trying to fit in that running schedule, and you have to do it in these weird, odd hours. Well, we've spoke about your route, which is kind of around your area, your cheerleaders, your family, the times you do it. The most important thing is food. What's your have you got a special food? Now, Andrew loves his pastries, which he has halfway in the run. I chatted to a guy who was all about cream eggs. And, what have you got that there food you look forward to, the food that keeps you going?
Yeah, definitely. I've over this year, that's been a bit of a journey finding what I really enjoy and what I really don't. But I've actually really come to like, I get them at Costco. They're called Aussie Bites. It's just a little round. They're about this big, just a little round thing. It's like, there's like nuts and oats, and they're all just kind of pushed down into like this little mini hockey puck. And I take a few of those with me, and that's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to have those, and then I also have ever since Dean was on your episode, I also got the margarita Cliff blocks as well. So I have those, and then I recently discovered the same brand Cliff. It's like sour strawberry or something like that. It has a little bit of caffeine in it, and those are also great to have on the run. But I do prefer real food over the gels and jellies. So either the Aussie Bites, I've carried some cold pizza with me before, and basically whatever I can fit into my mouth as I'm running is what I make happen.
You are sounding like a true seasoned ultra runner, because that's what we eat. We would we would eat anything on the run. When you go running, I think I had Andy Becker on the show said, I eat well, but I don't eat well, and the cold pizza thing, that's another Dean Carnazes. Are you a fan of Dean Carnazes?
Oh, I'm a big fan. He was a big inspiration to me when I was getting started off with running. I read Ultramarathon Man, and that book changed everything for me. And then I looked up, every different podcast that I could find that he was on. And it was a lot of the same stuff, a lot of the podcasts, that he's on, he shares a lot of the same stuff. And that's how I found you guys. So, but yeah, big fan of Dean's.
Well, can I just say that he is absolutely fantastic in real life. And when you meet him, just don't get him to play rock, paper, scissors for you, because he let me down, and I had a sofa bed for a week. But he's brilliant. But he had cold pizza. He's had some weird things. And thanks for dropping in the margarita jelly, the Cliff bars. They're brilliant. They're brilliant.
They're great. They're so good.
We were doing 108-mile race, and towards the end of the race, I think I forgot I had them. So I pulled one out, and I started chewing on it, and I thought, this is just what I needed. It was tasty. It was lovely. And they come, don't you love it? Don't you love it when they come pre-cut?
Oh, that's great.
Is it not such a great thing? Because I opened them, because usually jellies, you break them, you bite them, you roll them back in. But I was like, these are pre-cut. Such a simple thing, but it changed my world, Ryan. It changed my world.
Now, the serving size of those is 3, I think. Do you eat all 3 at once, or do you eat one at a time?
Well, I save them for my fancy runs, my nice races. So I don't eat them on training runs. Now that's a wee tip I have. I don't eat the stuff I like as hard as it is on my training runs. So you save them till you're going, oh, I'm getting this margarita jelly soon. And then you break them out in your big run. Now, the time, I suppose this is a very long-winded way to say I only had a few.
Yeah.
So I ate them one piece at a time.
Yeah.
Because I ate the first one and I thought, let's get 5 miles down the road and look forward to it again. So it got me 15 miles.
Yeah.
But thanks for the question, Ryan. I'm usually not interviewed. Thank you so much for asking questions.
Well, it's good to know. I want to learn something today too, and I just did.
Yes, yes. My next ultra race, noodles, warm noodles. Have you ever, on your run? Say it's cold. Say you're in the winter. Like, I don't know if you have we have pot noodles over here.
Yeah. We have those.
That's a wee secret go-to.
Okay.
It's nice. It's on the road. It's warm. And it's got that salt, and it's not too sweet, and it's real food.
Yeah.
That's my wee tip for you. That's the thing I like.
I like it. I like it. So one of the things about me is that I prefer to run by myself rather than a big organized event.
Yes.
Like I would rather just go out and run 100 miles around town rather than sign up for a big event. So the only downside is that I don't get the nice big spreads that they have at the aid stations. So the warm food on a run, that would be a unique thing for me. I don't think I've ever had warm food in the middle of a run.
Wow. Run to somewhere. Here's another way. It's really not the best way to run ultras or to do training runs. But I found myself when I went for a run, say I was doing 30 miles, see that 15-mile mark, you kind of know where there's going to be a cafe or a fast food place or something. Run to that fast food place and be like, you're looking forward to that. And you get stuff in your belly and you're warm and you're feeling good. Don't go down Andrew's route and having a big pastry and then you end up feeling sick. So we haven't chatted so much about Andrew, but as usual, you're a guest on the show. And unfortunately, Andrew has a question.
I can't wait for this.
Do you know what? The previous guest told me, he goes, this is my favorite part of the show. And he'd been talking to me for 15 minutes. And I was going, what? Lewis, are you having a laugh? You've been talking to me for 15 minutes and you just want to hear Andrew's voice. Andrew's a good guy, but he does steal the show. And I'm going to throw in his question for you right now.
Let's do it.
I believe you're into running and hunting. So the obvious question is, if you had to choose a hunting marathon. Now, a hunting marathon is a marathon where you run, but you also hunt along the way. So which hunting marathon would you prefer? First of all, the one where you have to hunt polar bears, wearing sunglasses, but they have swords and a jetpack. Or would you like to hunt chickens? But these chickens spit acid and they also lay eggs, which explode. They're wearing a cool red band on their head, just like Rambo. So tell us, what hunting marathon would you prefer to run and why?
Wow. That's a question.
It is.
That's a question. I knew that the question would be great, but I don't think I could have expected that great. So polar bears, I mean, I don't think I would ever want to be near a polar bear, regardless of the situation, whether I had a rifle in my hands or not. I don't think I would want to be near a polar bear anyway. But then again, the chickens, they fly and they lay eggs that explode, which yeah, I don't like the sound of that either. But so one of the types of hunting that I do is for pheasants. And for pheasant hunting, there's a lot of walking anyway. Most days of hunting, I'm probably walking anywhere from 8 to 15 miles when I'm hunting pheasants. So I'm used to hunting birds out of the sky, usually before they can get too close to me. So I think I would choose the chickens. I think I would hunt the chickens. I think that's my answer.
You think, but you're not sure. So I would say I heard this question and I thought, yeah, it's not going to be polar bear. Like a polar bear to begin with is hard to take down a polar bear because I don't know what you use, but like I think you have to be a pretty good shot to get that polar bear on the ground. Not that I'm endorsing hunting by any way. Listen to the show. You're against hunting. We're just talking metaphorically. Polar
Yes.
bears with swords don't exist. But polar bear with a sword, that's
yeah,
quite dangerous.
that's like some Narnia stuff right there. I think there was a polar bear with the sword in Narnia.
There is, and Andrew likes Narnia. Andrew does like Narnia.
There you go. We introduced the first two movies to our kids, as well as the books. I read the books to them, and then the rule was, or I guess the reward was, once we finished the book, that we could watch the movie. And my 6-year-old loves Narnia as well. He's a huge fan. He always plays Narnia with his friends at school and with the kids in the backyard. And he's talking about when he turns 18, he wants to get a sword and a suit of armor so he can be like the High King Peter from Narnia. So Narnia is a big deal in our house.
So he's going to listen to this show and he's going to be like, Dad, seriously? A chicken that vomits acid and thingy, when you can actually have something linked to Narnia? So you may have just disappointed your kid. You may not be a king, but you've gone with a sensible answer: a chicken that vomits acid and drops explosive eggs.
That's just it. And practically, I only hunt things that are going to end up on our plates as well. And I don't know how polar bear would taste either. So I think for me, ethically, the chickens as well. So
yeah,
I'm sticking with the chickens. Sticking with those.
That's what our audience. That's what all of our audience are going to go with. They're going to be like, killing the polar bear is kind of a bad thing. Chickens, well, they're on my plate. They're in every food store that I go to. I can't go down to my local supermarket and buy a polar bear leg.
Yeah, I don't think that's out there.
No, I don't think it should be. Ryan, thank you so much for being such a good sport and answering Andrew's question. So we have got the rest of this year for your running, and you're raising money. How are you raising money for the cause?
Yeah. It's primarily done just through social media and through personal asks. One of the things that I did a couple of years ago, I did a fundraiser for the same organization, and about halfway, well, maybe a third of the way through the year, I realized, like, I can't just be begging my friends for money on Facebook for the whole year and expect to raise a large amount of money. So that year we started a 5K. So we host that just here in town, and we've been hosting that every year ever since. Last year we had like 120 runners last year, so we've seen good growth. Yeah, it's cool to see the friends and family and those in our community get involved. I actually just looked this morning at the list of people registered for this year, and I don't know most of them, so that's always encouraging to see new names on there. People who I haven't convinced to sign up for it. It's always good to see that. But so it's primarily through asking for donations. I have made a couple asks to people to offer some donation matching. So that's one thing that I'll be offering. I'm thinking probably either June or July. I'll be posting about that so people can have their donations matched, because everyone likes when their donation goes twice as far. And obviously on top of all of that, I'm making some sizable donations from my own pocket as well, because this is a cause and an organization that I personally believe in, and it's not a thing that I'm just going to tell tons of other people to give money to, but I'm not going to. But yeah, there's also some money coming from me as well. So those are the main ways. I've also asked a couple businesses to make some donations as well in return, just for some shout outs on social media, as well as they can have a presence at the 5K as one of the sponsors. So those are the ways that I'm doing it. But if you have any ideas for some creative fundraising, I'm all ears.
Well, you don't want to get us on the boat of the creative ways of fundraising, but can people give online through like a web page or anything?
Yeah. People can give online. I have a link on my Instagram page. And that page, it's just my personal page. It's Ryan _ Ricardo _ Nyquist. So Ryan Ricardo Nyquist with an underscore in between. There's a link that's in there. And yeah, if people are compelled to donate, I would love to see some donations come through for that.
Brilliant, because it's like, and it's, Ryan, it's not just always about money. What you're doing is you're raising awareness. You're raising awareness of this charity, of this cause, and it's absolutely fantastic. And I love it when people use running and they make a good thing out of it. And by the sounds of this 5K, you're inspiring people to run. Like, is there anybody who's come up to you and go, "You've actually inspired me to do this," or "I'm booking this race," or "I'm doing this," or "I'm doing more"? Do you get much of that?
There have been a number of people who I've convinced to sign up who have told me that they would never run before. So that's always encouraging when people do that. We have such a wide range of runners who show up for the event. The last couple of years, it's been a young guy who's won it. I think he's probably 17 minutes or so for the 5K. And last year, I think our last place person was right around an hour. So, and everything in between. So it's fun to see, to see the fast runners. It's fun to see the kids go on their bikes and their scooters. It's a very family friendly event. We're open to wheels if people want to show up and have their wheels go. And, but yeah, it's always encouraging when someone who has told me, like, Ryan, I will never run, maybe they'll donate or maybe they'll volunteer, but it's always fun to see them show up and run and do it. That's always really encouraging.
And enjoy it, Ryan.
Yes.
Have you got any? So you've got a lot of miles under your belt now, Ryan. Have you got any funny stories? Anything funny that's happened? Anything that's gone wrong, or anything you can share with us?
Yeah. It's actually funny. This time of year, in Minnesota, the geese are finding a lovely partner. They are going before a priest or a judge, and they're getting married, and they're having kids right away. And there is a section of the route that I do quite a bit that there's gotta be 8 or 9 goose couples that have decided to shack up along there, and they don't like it when you run by them when they have eggs or when they have babies.
Oh.
And so I have been chased by more geese in the last month than I think I have in my whole life. There's always a couple each year that get upset, but yeah, this year they are not happy that I'm there. I was chased by a group of turkeys a few months ago. They didn't like that I was there, and yeah. There's a weird thing. The animals must be rising up this year. They're having a little animal meeting, and they're like, we don't like these runners, or maybe it's just me. Maybe they just don't like me, and they are not happy when I run by. So. It's been fun. I mean, obviously I know that they're not going to hurt me or anything, but I also don't like getting chased by a goose or a turkey. No. It's not fun.
Nobody does. And do you know what, Ryan? They know you've got the cliff jelly. That's what it is. They sense the cliff jelly. They go, I want a bit of margarita for myself, or maybe them wee nuts, maybe the wee nut things you have.
Oh yeah, the Aussie bites. Yeah.
The Aussie bites, animals like nuts and all. So they're sensing this guy. They see an ultra runner. They see loads of food. Where are you going to get your next food? They're not after you. They're after your bag. So maybe throw some seeds behind you as you go. Make friends. What about something like that? Leave some treats for them. And then when they see you coming, they'll not be chasing you. But go on, here he comes. That's it's food time.
They'll be ready. It's kind of like the old comic of the thief. He walks in with all the sausage links and he distracts the dog with the sausage links. This is the same thing, except I just have to distract all the wildlife that's there hanging out on the side of the road. Turkeys, geese and turkeys. Oh yeah, geese and turkeys.
That is some noise. And them things are frightening. Them things go to pace, and their wingspan's big.
Oh, they're big. Yeah, they're big, and yeah, the geese they hiss at you when they're mad. Yeah. They get a nasty hiss, and yeah, not fun to have that chasing you down. But it's always funny when that happens. And I just remind myself that, hey, this is why I'm at the top of the food chain, because I'm faster than you.
the struggles of a modern day ultra runner. Ryan, look, is there anything else that you would like to share with anyone, say, get off your chest? I always ask people this, and strange things come out. Is there anything else you would like to say before we part our ways?
The one thing that I would say, just to encourage all of the runners out there, is make sure that you're finding joy in running. One of my good friends, when he meets a new person, rather than asking them like, hey, what do you do for work? Which is a very common question when you meet somebody new. He always asks them, what brings you joy? And the more I've thought about that, because I think about that question a lot, running is truly one of those things for me, whether I go out and it's a great run, or I go out and it's just a miserable run. I can't get my legs on board, or my nutrition is way out of whack, or I didn't drink enough water yesterday. Whatever the case is, there are plenty of bad runs to go with every good run. But even in the midst of those, I still find joy. I still love running. I still love waking up way too early every day to go out and run, or if I didn't do it in the morning at the end of a hard day of work, I lace up those shoes as the sun's going down, and I go out and I make it happen, just because I find so much joy and so much purpose in it. So for me, obviously that's easy to say because I don't get paid, it's not my living or anything like that to be a runner, but I'm able to find so much joy in it. So I just want to encourage all the runners out there, make sure that you're finding joy in running, because life is too short to take it way too seriously. There's always an injury that might be just around the corner. So make sure that you're enjoying it while you're doing it.
Ryan, thank you so much. And to paraphrase that, I think it's, if people ask you, what was your time? You had a good time. It's not about
Yes.
time. It's just about having a good time.
That's good. I like that.
Ryan, thank you so much. My evening and your day?
Afternoon, yeah.
Afternoon, my evening and your afternoon, for coming on the show, coming on to Idiots Go Running. And I would like to get you back on. I've said this. People go, Colin, this is like a contract. It is a contract. It's a contract that you must say yes to.
Sign me up.
Sign you up towards the end of your run, maybe before your last run. Come on, have a chat to us. Tell us how your year went. Tell us if you survived the geese and turkeys, and that would be fantastic. Have you enjoyed it, Ryan?
Yes, that sounds great. This has been so much fun, and yeah, we'll connect after we have Thanksgiving at the end of November, and turkey is on everybody's table for Thanksgiving. So if I survive the Thanksgiving turkey, then yes, I will be back to tell the tale.
Thank you very much, Ryan. It has been my pleasure. And before we go one last time, how do people donate, and where can they follow you on social media and on Instagram?
Yes, absolutely. I'm on Instagram. It's Ryan_Ricardo_Nyquist, and there's a link right in my bio there. You might have to request me because I might be on private, but if you request me, then I'll add you and you can donate there. So yeah, that's how you do it.
You haven't added me yet. You've rejected me. I'm only joking. Only joking. Ryan, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for coming on the show.
Yes, thanks, Colin.